Okay, so anyone have an idea for cold open? We do not have that.
Bloodborne is trending on Twitter.
Why?
Oh yeah.
Well, not for the reasons you want. Oh well, no. Most of the tweets seem to be about Bloodborne. But the one at the very top is from Daily Mail UK. Prison staff infected with bloodborne diseases at work get $660,000 pounds. Sorry, it's fake Monopoly money. Yeah. Just because we love pulling from the Daily Mail on this fucking podcast.
Look, there's nothing that makes talking about the news better than a right-wing rag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like the dumbest of right-wing rags too, as far as those go.
We've done entire Daily Mail segments on this podcast where we just read an article, and by the end we're just like, I don't believe that happened, and we move on.
Oh yeah.
It's just, you just read a story where it's like China is removing the eyeballs of religious minorities and shipping them to communist countries around the globe.
They're using the lenses.
Their eye shortage.
Yeah, they're using the lenses from the eyes to make Huawei phones.
To make a space laser like the Death Star.
Yeah, exactly.
Thousands of eyes concentrating into a single death laser.
And honestly, I hope they do it. That kind of goes.
The Jewish space laser?
Yes, Jewish, Chinese, communist space laser.
Yeah, I all of those conspiracies are different, but I do think you're right that they're the same one.
Yeah. God. I've been saying it for ages now, and haven't really been able to like get together with people for board games a lot over the past couple years.
Really? Why?
Wonder why? Yeah. Fucking. Have I told you all about that fucking Illuminati game I'm obsessed with?
I don't know.
I know about the Illuminati card game, like the one that some of the conspiracies came from.
Okay,
Is
cool.
That the one?
That's the one. Yeah. No, the space lasers thing just reminded me because the first time I played, also won that very first game, mostly due to, that's
being
the fun thing about
actual Illuminati.
Oh, of course,
Dust
absolutely.
your shoulders off.
No, that's the fun thing about game balance and random chance as a way to balance games is that you can be a total dumbass and luck into winning anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
which honestly is a much more communist game, in that the opposite of that is Monopoly, where you just like do 2 skillful moves at the beginning or get a good roll. Actually, it's the same as Monopoly.
Yeah,
I take that back.
Except Monopoly is boring and bad.
Well, it's the opposite of Monopoly in that, like, I assume in the Illuminati game, once you start winning, you actually have to keep winning, whereas in Monopoly, you just start winning in the first 10 minutes, and whoever that is spends the next 7 hours heckling everyone else.
Yeah, well, there's a level of strategy in that, like, you gotta, like, not trip on your own dick, but also
but you can also just get good enough rolls that you can trip over your own dick
and still win,
like a mansion.
Yes, which is kind of what I did, because the win condition for one of the fucking groups, one of the Illuminati groups, because they all have different win conditions, which is also a very cool design choice, is that you have to control a certain number of violent groups, because each like, front organization you can control has its own like little alignments that go with it. And they're like, liberal, conservative, government, communist, all that. And one of those axes is violent/peaceful. And turns out, get a couple violent groups, it's real easy to take over other groups.
Oh, so this is just civilization.
Basically, yeah. Because I had like the KKK and like South American Nazis and like, just real, biker gangs, like real great folks.
just the skinhead Triforce.
It's all the New World Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
did your grandpa retire to a country for unknown reasons?
Yeah,
it's that guy.
Yeah, does your abuelo have blue eyes and speak fluent German? Well, yeah, it was basically Operation Paperclip, but like even dumber is what I had going on. And the way I ended up winning the game was not by acquiring another violent group, because there weren't any on the board, so I was just kind of just waiting for one of those cards to come up.
Can you like make like Greenpeace violent or something?
Well,
Can you,
it's funny you mentioned that, because the next card that came up on my turn was I think it's either Soviet or communist mind control lasers. Yeah, which that's a card with a special effect where on your turn, or I think it's once per turn. I forget exactly what it is. You can change the alignment of any card, or you can add an alignment to any card. So I made one of my cards, which I had just, to make some extra dough, fast food companies, which I'm pretty sure was a front for the South American Nazis. Long story there.
Right.
Made them violent as well, and thus Chick-fil-A was born, winning me the game.
You did Havana syndrome to them.
I Havana syndrome the Chick-fil-A people into being homophobes, yes.
Yeah, you did the Pepsi Navy.
The Pepsi Navy, exactly.
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Would you like to do the intro?
Yes.
You gotta promise me, though, you gotta do a really corny, my love, like fucking really, really tee up Jack so he can just, be put on the spot.
You want me to try to embarrass Jack?
Yes, I think that would be hilarious and adorable.
Do you think he can hear us?
I don't know, can he?
I can hear you.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode from the Psychic Dolphin Garage. I'm Charlie, she, her.
I'm Bo, he, him.
And today, Dennis's internet is out. And who knows, maybe they'll show up at some point in the podcast. But we have instead a lovely guest on, the official boyfriend of the podcast. And the person who you're all dating and don't know it yet is Jack.
I am Jack, and my pronouns are he and they.
Thank you for coming on.
Welcome aboard. I didn't know he was everyone's boyfriend, including mine, but fuck it.
Yep. Sorry, it's everyone.
Take me out to dinner, boss.
Gotta apologize for the lack of Valentine's Day.
You owe me fucking Valentine's Day back pay. All right.
Yeah. Jack is official boyfriend of the podcast, my boyfriend, and proof that if you pay the podcast money and fuck me, you can get on the show.
Not necessarily in that order.
I'll take whatever you got. Both sound good.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Oh, it works.
It works. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, a lot of great stuff on the docket this week, as always.
Yeah, look at us. We sound like such assholes trying to have structure to this show.
I know, right?
Why do we do this?
Rather than just we don't actually ever do that. We just kind of
we don't.
Hey, we're gonna riff on this until we've chewed it up and spat it out sufficiently, and then we move on to the next topic. That's how a podcast works.
You and I aren't high, so we're actually in charge of wrangling the podcast. But Jack, you're really blitzed, right?
Yeah. I took a great big edible and then checked to see if we were actually doing this today or if I was going to be on later.
I love
before we even talked about it. No shit.
That's great. I love is today Sunday ass edible.
Yeah. So Jack came on the show to tell us on the Patreon a story of
my questionable taste in cis men / a guardian angel appearance. I don't know.
You sort of met like a guardian chaser.
Yes, exactly.
But also had some some sort of like Navy vibes, like I went to a different country and slept with trans people and then killed them.
Like if you were into Dexter, but
from Dexter
for trans people.
That's your taste in cis men?
Yeah.
No wonder it's terrible.
Yeah.
All your boyfriends right now are just seething.
Oh, that's a terrible idea. I don't recommend it.
Okay, wait though. Is it to be fair, season 1 through 3 Dexter? Because then it's fine.
I haven't seen any other Dexter. I just don't get good vibes from a person whose dad is now sometimes you have to kill the bad people, but I need you to do it in a really literally raised this kid to have revolutionary ideals, but somehow still did counter-revolutionary bullshit by just being you as a secret individual should sort of fucking American Psycho each and every one of these fools, and
No,
some
yeah,
of these people
it's-
don't need to deserve it.
It's the same like goofy fucking thing as like Death Note, right? Where it's like,
It's Saw, yeah.
yeah, it's Saw. Saw's a great example. Yeah, it's like, yes, the solutions to these problems are all individual, and you, an individual, I mean, the only thing you can do to solve them is just fucking murder people, you know?
Yeah,
So-
now I want to point out that I think having the Death Note book might actually be a really useful thing for
Yeah, probably, if you weren't
for-
like a cop's son.
Yeah, no, if like a communist party got a hold of it.
Could you imagine if Trotskyists fucking got a hold of it?
Oh,
All they do
no.
is scribble shit.
Well, that's the thing, is it's just a fight between like Trotskyists and Stalinists, just like who's gonna get it first, who is gonna purge the other. We
Yeah.
can only hope.
Yeah.
Look, in terms of like supernatural revolutions, the Death Note one is probably more manageable. And also, isn't the Death Note in that case really just an allegory for nukes?
Wow. Says a lot about our society.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I also, to be fair, full disclaimer, I watched Dexter. So I was told to steer clear of the latter seasons and did so. Just
Okay.
based on recommendation. But seasons 1 through 3, I fucking watched at the same time I was watching a lot of The Office. So I have no idea if like they're actually good, or I was just like, slurping up any slop I could at that point in time.
I really enjoyed Dexter for the first few seasons. And then I dropped out and came back for the John Lithgow season, and then that was it.
What does that mean? I don't know anything about it. What the fuck is a John Lithgow?
Oh, John
Why
Lithgow is
is he
fucking
in
great
Dexter?
in that
Does he
show.
become
Yeah.
does he become Dexter?
No,
John Lithgow,
Is he the
yeah,
new
he
Dexter?
just takes
The
over
Batman
as
Beyond
Dexter.
for Dexter?
Yeah.
he's like the,
Yeah,
the Batfleck of Dexter's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sneaks into the Dexter compound to like, and just like steals the knives and just
In
butchers
the-
someone
in the
on his
Dexter
own.
cave,
Dexter's
yeah.
like, all right, I'm not gonna turn you in. You're not gonna turn me in. We're gonna work together.
Yeah, you're my new.
I mean-
you're my poor little meow meow now, and I'm gonna
Actually,
I'm gonna train you.
almost.
Really? That's what happens?
He's John Lithgow's another serial killer.
Yeah,
Oh, so they're like so John Lithgow is just Dark Dexter. Like,
he's old
I kill
Dexter.
because it's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I forget exactly what his whole backstory is, but he's this like abusive patriarch of this like family he's been terrorizing their whole lives, and also a serial killer on the side. He's just all around stand up guy. It's great.
Mhm.
Is John Lithgow your taste in cis men?
Not really.
Not
Okay, I
particularly.
understand that.
Yeah.
Not particularly, no.
I really only enjoyed John Lithgow, notably in Third Rock from the Sun when he plays a space alien. That's
Yes.
great. That's a great.
He's kind of got that vibe. Like,
Yeah.
he's got like the neurodivergent older gentleman kind of vibe in a way that's like not bad,
Like out of touch space dad.
Yeah,
because sometimes that can be real bad depending on how white the guy is.
in John Lithgow's case, just picked like a white-skinned human suit to wear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just like literally, aliens come to Earth and they decide to disguise themselves as humans, which they choose to just be like suburban weirdos.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly is a great place to hide. Like,
I
if
mean,
there's
you're
gonna
hiding
be a
in plain sight at that point. Yeah. Like, oh, you're
Yeah, like-
really into trains. It's like, oh, dude, yeah. There's dudes with entire fucking train, fucking stations in their basements.
Uh
Much like the hit series Dexter, it is
Much
the
like the hit
suburbs
series Dexter.
that hide
huh.
the weirdos.
It's almost
it says
like
a
that was
lot
the
about
plot
our
of
society.
every episode of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that like, wow, maybe society is weird. What? Whoa, can
No,
he say
Maybe the
that?
atomization in suburbs is what allows weirdness, like serial killers and. I was
And
gonna
Twilight
take that
Zone
somewhere,
episodes,
and I
and just
forgot.
entire Twilight Zone.
We're good.
I was really hanging on the edge of my seat for you to.
And I did not deliver.
uh-huh.
Much like
Much like later seasons of Dexter.
Yeah.
shoot, I was sure we had some sort of like union story about like package delivery drivers or Amazon Union or something. I could have done a transition there, but I didn't have it.
No,
It's not
no,
here.
no Teamster stuff this week that we've
no
put in front of
Teamster
ourselves
stuff.
at least, or Dennis has
Oh,
arranged for us.
Yes, Dennis has curated us a nice little docket.
Yeah, because he's a perfect gentleman.
And speaking of a nice little docket, the next thing in it is quick headlines, where we're going to tell you some goddamn stories from the news that we don't want to talk about much.
There you go.
The first one being hate crimes against gay and trans people are on the rise across the U.S.
I wonder why. Maybe it's this horrible fucking concerted propaganda effort to frame just anyone to the left of QAnon as some sort of child molester.
Yeah.
Or like just slightly to the left of QAnon, then they're like maybe the good ones.
Or if you're
beyond that is a groomer.
If you are exactly like in their Q zone to mangle a phrase, like
sweaty Q zone.
They're sweaty, drippy Q zone. Yeah. Like, just for instance, parody, non-actionable, allegedly Matt Gaetz, you're totally fine. Like, just like walk into the proverbial high school locker room, like, what's up? Or, like a certain former president who has bragged about walking into the changing rooms at, like teenage beauty pageants. Again, allegedly parody non-actionable. Right, it's his own words, not mine. So fucking whatever. Yeah. It's fucked.
Hey, we don't have like UK levels of libel laws here. You can say what you want about a public figure.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Donald J. Trump is 100% a child molester. Probably possibly his own children. Take me up on that, lawyers.
Because is Matt Gaetz, except for the no children part.
I don't check my mailbox, so I'm invincible to any of this.
Yeah, ignorance of the law is the number one most useful defense against it.
Yeah, what did George Washington put all those slave teeth in his mouth for, if not my right to call the president a pedophile, honestly? So, that's cool.
George Washington probably would have been stoked to hear that there's more pedophiles in power.
It's like, wait, there's going to be age limits on how young a girl can be for you to marry? Oh, not in Tennessee. Hey.
Yeah. And, for him, it was just for, like, land owning reasons, but, like, for doing weird, like, aristocracy gentry shit.
Uh-huh.
But, it has the added bonus of enabling the most heinous creeps in society. Republican senators and such.
Americans.
Yeah,
real Americans.
Super coincidence that stuff like Tennessee is going on and that you have adult dudes creeping on young girls and those protections being removed, as the fact that all of the groomer nonsense is being levied at queer folks. Just total coincidence that those are happening at the same time.
They're levying groomer at all of the queer folks, and then they're removing all of the laws against grooming and strengthening laws against being trans, so that when the like child sexual assault rate goes up, they can just say it was trans people that did that, and that's why they had to stop them.
Yeah, it's the same like dumb guy double bluff they pull with like, defund the police, for instance, where like, no police departments in the country were actually defunded, but people talked about it on TV, so that means it did actually happen.
Like one, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
and then all the police departments said they're trying to defund us. We're weakening, and then they got more money than they've ever had.
Yep.
Just by saying to people, "Oh, we got defunded," and people are just like, "I believe that."
It's like,
and by
totally
people, I mean monsters.
Marks. Yeah.
No, not Mark. I know that's not what you meant, but no, not Marks. Marks would not say that.
No. Yeah. Who exactly is on first in this scenario?
Yeah. Marx got scammed. Who? who got scammed? Marx. But who is that? There's something there.
Yeah.
I believe in that bit, but not enough to do it.
Yeah. Speaking of halfway committing to a bit, Netflix is absolutely tanking. That tracks, right? They took Comedy Bang Bang, like just the later seasons off of there, and I will never forgive them. Like, y'all remember when everybody was like, "Oh, cancel Netflix," Dave Chappelle, rada, right? Because that special, like, was not like the most like transphobic thing ever, but also like,
no,
fuck him and he's a hack.
No, I just love that this guy like was just like, you know what I need to do right now in the world? I need to speak my truth, which is to be kind of confused and hard. Okay, fall back to the Patreon a second, Jack. That guy you met who's just sort of like, no, I'm like maybe a little bi, but
I'm bi, and that, like, you know, if like the vibe, yeah,
I don't know if like I want to like strangle you or fuck you. God,
yeah,
trans
it's
people are so hot.
The
Like,
two options are I'm going to murder you or jack off to you. Yeah,
The two genders, yes.
yes. I mean, you've seen me in bed.
But yeah, the Dave Chappelle thing, yeah, it really is just him being like confused loudly, and that is what passes as a comedy special.
Passes. Ha.
Yeah.
And
But-
misgenders his trans friend who died by
That too.
suicide
Yeah.
for a joke.
Who is
Fucking
dead?
hilarious.
Dead by suicide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. That's even better.
Because people didn't respect this person.
Yeah.
Much less
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, who I'm confident was not a friend, just based on what was said.
Yeah.
That all said, this is absolutely like, this guy's just like, well, I need to say these things. It's confusing, and I want to have fun. Just like this is just like,
Validate me, please, Christ, validate me. Yeah, it's that.
I guess no, it's the thing I'm trying to get to is like, in the sea of rising anti-trans hatred, this guy just sort of looked at it, and he's either like a cunning enough business dude to be like, I could make so much money off of like just towing that line.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real
Or
cynical
he's
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, he could either be really cynical, or he's going to be really he's just going to act really confused and be honest about it, and just has as much sense in his goddamn head as to be like, huh, everyone wants to literally like kill trans people. I should do a show about how they're confusing, but I don't want them to die. And my example is someone I kind of bullied and they died and committed suicide.
I'm sure that's unrelated.
That's unrelated. Yeah.
I was not sure if you were talking about Dave Chappelle or the guy that I met at the bar until you got to the point of, so I'm going to make a show.
Exactly. That's exactly the parallel I'm trying to draw.
Yeah.
Which is meaningless to the people listening right now, except for the patrons. But
Yeah,
listen
go
to
check out that Patreon, buddy. You gotta get the full
story.
context there, as if you couldn't gather the context from our conversation.
It's a wild story.
Yeah, Jack had a real wild night out, told us all about it on the Patreon, and I will say a cop dies in this story, but it was just a dog, and so it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that dog was a cop.
So yeah, could be worse, you know.
Yeah. Little teaser there. So you were telling me about the reason we're talking about Dave Chappelle is because you were telling
And
me
Netflix,
is just
yeah.
tanking itself.
Yeah, loses 200,000 subscribers as they've cracked down on password sharing. Which, like, yeah, obviously, like, who the fuck actually? If you know a friend who has Netflix, odds are you have Netflix. I mean, shit, even like a coworker or something, you're probably, you know. So I think
your family, like, even if you don't talk to your family, you might still log into their
just
Netflix.
be on their Netflix. Yeah, like
My folks had my Netflix for a while.
yeah. So you know, it's funny to see them like, oh, you know, what, like we're really not doing well. What can we do? Oh yeah, just alienate even more fucking paying customers. That's good.
Yeah, I love this. They did the same thing every goddamn tech startup from the last 20 years has done, which is you either destroy the planet by monopolizing enough, because this is obviously the goal of these companies, is to monopolize a market, or in the case of Netflix, they got into basically just, they got a bunch of investor money to license a shitload of content, which is like time limited. Like eventually that content disappears because the other people still own it.
Yeah,
So
all
they
these
started
grubby
producing-
fucks want to get their hands on their own little streaming networks and, you know, make a thing of it, basically.
Yeah, and then like the existence of Netflix basically allowed shit like Amazon, which did succeed because it monopolized like the internet infrastructure, to make it so like streaming is possible. And then they got rid of, like, ISPs lobbied heavily to make it like, we're going to stop you from being able to just stream Netflix constantly and have to pay a premium for the amount of data you want, which was a terrible thing they did. And now we're at a point where like Netflix just created the environment that is going to slowly destroy it. And, you know, I'm happy that I have just been there's just a hypothetical example, but like you can just download a BitTorrent. Something.
Yeah. So that's the thing is, I think a lot of these streaming services have forgotten why they were appealing in the first place, and that's convenience.
Yeah.
If you can just make yourself a little bit of a, just get your shows you like, put them on a server somewhere, and then use a service. That I've been going with is called Plex. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Jack has a Plex server on one of the hard drives.
Plex fucking owns. Plex is the goddamn best. Just do that. And it's 100 times more convenient, sure, you gotta kind of you can't just scroll through and be like, oh, this seems interesting, but let's be real, when was the last time you found something good with that and not something that's just background noise?
Yeah, at least with Plex you can get some random person's Plex server information and discover a trove of fucking
just weird TV shows that they're into. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Yeah. If it's oh yeah, I'm mooching this off like a buddy, then it's even better than just sharing a Netflix account with somebody. I'm sharing in their collection of curated weird crap.
Yeah, and they might put some stuff on their Plex server for you. And then you have a little bit of you left there, but it's still mostly them, and they're only putting the best stuff that you like on there.
It's real nice.
It's really nice. Yeah, it's just really nice. And if you don't like all of it, you create your own as well.
Yeah, because it's fucking free. It's also a thing. I have no idea what the paid Plex shit is like. This is obviously an advertisement. As we say, don't pay for it. Because I have no desire to watch whatever direct to Plex originals they have there.
Yeah, take that money that you were spending on Netflix. Just get your friend's Plex password or download a BitTorrent client and just give that 8 or 10 or 20 or 30 a month or whatever the fuck they've decided it is now, and I don't know, give that to a couple of people on OnlyFans or something.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, why? I mean, how many buttholes are you seeing on Netflix?
None.
None to my memory.
Have you seen a single butthole on Netflix?
I don't remember seeing any hole.
Yeah,
on Netflix.
That's despicable.
Ever. It's a shocking lack of hole, absence of hole.
And I binged most of Ultimatum, the impending engaged partner swap show, and there was zero hole on that entire show.
Holeless.
That's true. That's the show. What is that show? It's where they're not sure if they want to get married, so they put them on ultimatum where it's either get married to me or fuck everyone else in this house.
Yeah, one person's you gotta marry me or you're gone. And the way they test that is they match everyone up beforehand. Or do they get to pick? I think they get to pick their matches. And then they live with them for 3 weeks.
Wow. I never heard of the show, but it sounds about right. It sounds about par for the course.
It's garbage. Nobody should get married from that show at all.
No.
Also, one of the dudes on that show absolutely reminds me of my ex. This is my again questionable taste in cis men. Just
wait, did you have a thing for them on the show?
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes,
Jack.
It wasn't just me. Kennedy, our other partner, Kennedy, and I were both "Oh, look at him, kind of cute." And then by the end, you're "Dear God, he's a monster."
just soy facing while he trims his well-groomed beard and tells everyone on the show that they're just love bombs everyone and then hurts them.
I believe that's called a Sigma male grind set.
Oh my God.
Are you into Sigma males, Jack? Jack, this is a really illuminating episode. We live in the same house, and I'm learning something.
We've actually, this is a stealth intervention for your Sigma male addiction.
Oh my God. He this dude though, Cole
Sprouse.
He made out with somebody else while they were on their partner swap thing, and he was the one that insisted that they come on the ultimatum. And
oh no!
Then he blamed him making out with somebody else on the girl that he brought on the show.
Wow!
And he was "You made me do this, though. You wanted me to experience everything." And then
he was the one who brought them there.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
So his girlfriend didn't want any of that.
No.
She just agreed to be there.
Correct.
She didn't even agree to be there. She was literally told, "Hey, you want to go on a show together?" Premised on the idea that I will fucking leave you if you don't.
Healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I haven't said it like that, but that's really fucking unhealthy.
Yeah.
That show should not exist.
No.
Yeah, a lot of reality TV. I know this is like breaking news, but a lot of reality TV. Not a great approach to sex and relationships on there.
No.
Wild how that is.
Oh, we're gonna watch Beef House, Jack. We're gonna
Beef
watch
House?
Beef House. Yes.
I'm sorry. What the fuck is? You can't just say beef house like it's a normal thing you drop in the middle of a
I am
sentence.
intrigued.
So sure you know what it. I was so sure you know what
I've
it was.
never
I am
once in my
intrigued.
life heard of Beef
It's
House.
It's the Tim and Eric reality show they did.
Oh shit! No, I haven't. Okay, well, first of all, that makes it make a lot more sense. Second of all, no, how have I not heard of this?
Yeah, it was Tim and Eric. Let me see here. Oh shit, they had made a second season. They'd written a second season, but it's delayed indefinitely for COVID-19. Shit.
Bummer. Anything but
Is this
Beef
the one-
House.
what is the-
Where am I going to get my beef supply?
What is
Yeah,
this?
I gotta
This
get
is
my
not
fill
what I
of
thought it
Beef
was.
House.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what is
those wet
this?
hot meats?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I thinking of the right show?
Did you just make up a Tim and Eric show to break my heart,
no,
Charlie?
this is a Tim and Eric show, but it says Wikipedia says it's a parody of 1980s and 90s family sitcoms. Well, what the fuck is their other one then? I thought that's what this was.
Because they did, I'm pretty sure they did do some sort of sitcom. I have been on a Tom Goes to the Mayor kick lately, and by lately I mean like just in general, my entire life. So that occupies a lot of space in my brain sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list of Tim and Eric shows.
Well, there's the awesome one.
I was so sure Beef House was it.
Every time she says Beef House.
As someone who has never seen Tim and Eric, this is a very surreal experience.
Well, yeah, of course. There's the $1 billion movie, then Tom Goes to the Mayor, then Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Tim and Eric Bedtime Stories.
I'm just gonna Google now. I have to know Tim and Eric reality show.
Yeah,
I keep mixing it up with Beef House apparently.
You keep saying Beef House, and every time you say Beef House, I believe that it exists less. I beef leave less, you might say.
Reminded of that old saying, where's the beef?
Beef me once, shame on you. Beef me twice, won't get beefed again.
Whips off sunglasses.
I'm having like one of those weird reality moments. Where I'm
Fucking
like,
Mandela effect. Thing,
I
but
watched
with a fucking
this.
Tim and Eric show.
What the fuck
Yeah.
did I watch?
Well, because there is that episode of Awesome Show where it's like framed like a family sitcom. Is that what you're thinking of?
Oh yeah, no. This is okay. Beef House is the family sitcom one. I've seen this.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah.
What's the reality show?
I would really like a show where they like reprise the Beaver Boys characters.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Jack,
Beaver Boys is a classic.
I need to show you that one. Yeah.
Can we just pivot to being a Tim and Eric podcast full time?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Why don't the three of us start a Tim and Eric podcast?
Because that's a thing
we
that
just
like
show you Tim and Eric.
yeah that's a thing that
Exactly.
pivots well to audio is just talking about Tim and Eric.
I see you had the trans guy on to talk about Beaver Boys.
Oh fuck yeah, bud.
Beaver Boys are absolutely your style. You love them.
Shrimp and white wine. Do y'all want to talk about this next? Fuck PETA. We don't need to talk about PETA.
Yeah, let's just mention it because it is in quick headlines.
It's very funny that they're doing
30
this.
minutes in.
Yeah, right. These quick headlines as we do a fucking
The headlines are
half
quick.
hour long Tim and Eric detour.
I'm really frustrated. Well, maybe it was just an Adult Swim reality show.
Could be.
Beef House is good. Watch Beef House. Let's all watch Beef House.
This episode brought to you by Beef House and Plex and PETA.
Come on the
who-
show, Tim.
Yeah, just Tim though, huh? You're gonna do
Or Eric.
old
Eric
Wareheim,
Knopfman.
Or both.
old Rick Wareheim, dirty like that, huh?
Beaver Boys, come on the show.
Beaver Boys. Come on, in character.
Already here.
That would be a special episode
That'd
if we
be a
got them to
very
come
special
on
episode.
in character.
Yeah,
Do real
PETA
Drive Time Radio.
PETA is gluing themselves.
Wait, we can do the transition.
Yeah.
Speaking of pedos, PETA.
Hey, there we go.
That was actually the previous story, wasn't it? Yeah, that was before the Netflix. Whatever. Go back in time in your mind to the point where you were talking about grooming. Now jump forward in time to when we're talking about gluing.
That's what the skip 15 buttons on your podcast player are for, or skip 30 or whatever the fuck it. That's different on each of them. But yeah, they're protesting Starbucks's of all things. Like this to me, honestly, is the number one issue in society. Fuck rent, fuck climate change, fuck everything. Fuck wage suppression, fuck racism. I don't care. You know what I've got beef with? To bring that back around is milk. Whenever I go to Starbucks and I walk up to the counter, the unionized Starbucks is only, of course, and I place my order and I'm like, could I get that with Mommy Milkers? Sorry, Mommy Milkers. Sorry, that meme that was real big like 5 months ago, right?
I only saw like 2 people do it.
I might have just. It might be selection bias.
I was gonna say, actually, I've seen a lot of that too, but I think, Bo, you're onto something.
Yeah. Anyway, if you say, "Could I get that with Odie Milkers?" They upcharge you, and PETA says, "No, sir, I'm not having any of that." Which is fucking. Who cares? Fuck you, PETA.
So it's not even the hard stance of there shall be no milk. It's that
it's just the
there
upcharge
shall not be an upcharge
milks
to my alt milk.
Yeah, they literally got at least 2 people based on photos to glue themselves to Starbucks counters with really awful shirts on, trying to shame you for getting milk or for Starbucks to upcharge you.
And what are these shirts, Charlie?
Well, let me pull up the tweet so I can actually see them. Dennis didn't put the fucking tweet in the fucking docket.
Nope. Yeah, no,
right.
The shirts
Go
are
to Twitter then.
They are basically not quite impact font, but like
they are boomer impact.
Might as well be impact font. They just say "end vegan milk upcharge" and then there's a PETA logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking goofy. Cuz look, don't get me wrong, in a perfect world, like if this was the biggest thing anyone had to worry about, like absolutely, that'd be great. And you can worry about multiple things, don't get me wrong. But fucking come on, PETA.
Well, actually, when you're glued to the counter of a Starbucks, you can't worry about more than one thing.
Yeah.
You literally can't even take a shit unless you're doing it right there.
So one of these, I pulled it up, and one of the shirts has a different message that says, "Not your mom, not your milk." And
that one.
Fair. Yeah.
Sitting on a counter next to a little chalkboard that says day 88. And I don't think this is true, but I like the implication that he's been glued there for 88 days.
I think it's a dog whistle. I think these PETA folks are secretly backed by the South American Nazis.
Oh, goddamn.
That's what it is. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, no, it's not. You can't use a dog whistle because then that's like exploiting dogs or something. It's got to be, I don't know,
a carrier pigeon. No.
That's like a hack boomer joke, but like at PETA's expense. So it's cool if I do it.
I'm having trouble. How would the South American Nazi? How are they benefiting? Is it like, are they trying to make milk illegal in the United States to like? Is this like what boomers think like the drug trade is?
Yeah, no. They're gonna replace it all.
They send all the white stuff north.
That's also very good. But they want the upcharge on soy milk ended so that the United States is a softer target of soy boys, so they can take over and establish
to estrogenize us.
Yeah, so they can take over and then what it is they just have a whole pre-made Reich of incredibly racist femboys ready to go for whenever they decide to fucking put the pedal to the metal on that.
A pre-made Reich.
Yeah.
Instant Reich.
If you can't make one at home, store-bought's fine, Yeah, I would love to just do like insane world building via an Illuminati game sometime.
Yeah.
It's great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Does that translate to episodes, or should we just stream that?
That would be that. I think you would have to have a visual component, or you just have a smooth voice narrator come in every a couple of turns so far, like or so to like explain the layout of the board. You know,
I mean, that
like,
would be fun. You basically have like a DM.
Yeah. Have a an MC to be like, the Pentagon has come under the control of the Cthulhu cultists. Pentagon has 5 power, 6 income, and like something like that. Yeah. I don't know if I'd listen to it, but I'd make it.
I
Any
would
excuse to play that
absolutely.
fucking game.
I would absolutely be on either side of the mic.
Yeah. If like there are people who are big enough dorks, myself included, to listen to tabletop game podcasts. It's kind of that, just a little more theater of the mind, in terms of board layout. You listening at home, draw the layout of the board as we narrate it to you, just so you can be really sure of what's going on.
This is a visual show. The only people who are allowed to listen to it are people who can just like fucking Minority Report UI in their mind.
Yeah, you got to have like real wicked synesthesia to make this work. We want to hit that tweet of the week. See what this is. Yeah,
I think Jack is the right person to bring on the show for a tweet of the week.
I would like to hit this tweet of the week.
Oh, it's a great tweet of the week.
I'm going to open it right now. And right in here is the tweet of the week theme, which I am largely like halfway done with it. It's going to be great. It might even be in here in this episode. And then the hosts will all hear it next week when I actually put it in. Because I'm going to figure out how to wire all of it.
How to do drops.
You can hear. Yeah, how to do fucking drops.
Hell yeah.
So, Jack, as our esteemed guest who gets it, what's going on here in this tweet? It's from at Kaliatu.
Hell of a name. Hell of a handle.
Yeah.
It's more so the we're kind of cheating on this tweet of the week, honestly. I think Dennis grabbed this
post
because it's like people talk a lot of shit about Instagram, like, oh, it's just screenshots of Twitter. This is the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it goes the other way. Much like these men do.
Same mood.
So this is a screenshot of an Instagram post, and the Instagram user's name is fag_gots_4_future. So as a fag, I can explain that these...
Do you gots for future?
I gots for future. There's 2 gentlemen who are enjoying their holiday in Berlin, being fucked by a group of wonderful guys in Berlin's Tiergarten on a sunny Sunday morning a few weekends ago.
Yeah,
and there's
the woods.
They are in the woods. There are 2 dudes with like their heads shaved for balding reasons, not for skinhead reasons. And
we can't be sure, but we're pretty sure.
We're pretty sure. And
based on the context of the rest of the tweet, which we will get to.
And from the angle that this picture is taken, you can see the top of both of their asses, and also that there are 2 gentlemen behind them who are just balls deep.
Just railing them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of these guys is getting his hips grabbed and pulled in a way that is just delightful to have happen. We love it. We love this for them.
Yes. And
we love that in Germany, you can just go out there and just get railed in the woods. Like those fucking Europeans. They love dogging. They know how to do it.
I mean, you can get railed in the woods in the United States, to be fair.
Yeah, and also if anyone sees you, you're gonna
then you go you go to jail for 1,000,000 years. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally fuck anywhere except for most places.
Yeah, it's fine.
And like, not another callback to the Patreon, but wow, when you're trying to get to nature and there's just a fucking cop at every turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't have state parks without the state, am I right? Can't just have it be like, oh, this is some nice nature.
The people's nature defenders who just like you show up with like a drilling permit and we chased you out of town.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the only drilling that's going to be happening here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Biden administration. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon did that.
Thank you, Brandon. Fucking yeah. No, these guys got the right idea. This is a wonderful way to spend a sunny Sunday morning.
Yeah, Bo,
it's
can
very
you tell us?
yeah.
Can you tell us what the caption of this is? Because like so far, I think the people are like, okay, I see why Dennis picked this as tweet of the week. This is something. But like, what makes this? What makes this fun? What makes this at all interesting?
Yeah, no,
talking
yeah.
about?
Jack, he read out the fucking first half of it, which is kind of just a description of what's happening. These dudes getting railed.
Yeah, beautiful picture of a beautiful scene.
The second sentence is, my fave part was when one of them turned out to be a leftist, and while fucking, we recited the first lines from the manifesto. Raised fist emoji, heart emoji, rainbow emoji.
It should be noted it's a yellow raised fist, so they don't.
They kept
cowards.
it nice and neutral. Yeah, exactly.
People see white skin enough. I don't need to have it in my emojis.
In my emojis about these dudes getting railed. Yeah. No, this dudes rock. This is a true dudes rock event right here.
Yeah. One of these guys is literally soy facing while getting fucked in the ass. And
yeah.
He's probably soy facing because he is currently reciting the lines of the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally
it's
everything the right wing hates.
Yeah, what a better way to spend a Sunday. Again, what are you going to do at a church like some kind of fucking nerd?
This really shows me that if I want to travel to Germany, which I do, I'm really going to need to beforehand make sure that I learn the language of the manifesto.
There you go. Do a little reading.
In German.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know it in German.
Yeah, because obviously
you need to know it in most languages.
It's got to be
because if you don't, they'll stop fucking you.
It's got to be different for native speakers, but like when I think of sexy, sultry languages, German is not high on the list. So doing political theory in German while getting railed really sets the mood. Yeah.
I think I found that show I was mixing up with Beef House.
This is that show, actually. Yeah, these two guys in the picture, by the way, Tim and Eric.
Like I said,
that would be really, really funny.
I don't think
cool.
this was Tim and Eric. Did they have anything to do with this, or is it just something I saw I think it's just something I saw alongside their shit.
Yeah, could be.
Oh, this was an Onion production that was actually really good.
Oh no, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, the Onion reality show. Yeah, where like they're slowly killed off or whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
I forget exactly what it is, but yeah, it's great.
Which one do they get killed off in? Because there's.
Are you going to be strangled? Are you going to be strangled, or are you going to be fucked?
Yeah, exactly. That's Sex House. You can see why I confused it with Beef House because I watched them around the same time. I think.
And a sex house is where you go for your beef. So.
Yeah,
it's true.
Go get you some beef.
Well, did they die? Did they all die off in that one, or did they all die off in Porking Across America? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't remember Porking Across America.
I'm looking on the IMDb, and every single episode is, what is this about? Be the first one to add a plot. I bet you the show's terrible, but I'm pretty sure I liked it.
Oh my
because it's just people. It's just Ultimatum. It's just all of these terrible shows. It was great. I remember it being great.
Hell yeah.
If I'm wrong, you can at me about this one. I'll let you do that. You can also register your displeasure with me mixing up Beef House and Sex House, a Tim and Eric masterpiece with a pretty decent Onion spinoff. You can send that to contact@pdg.gay.
Yeah.
Please let us know what you think of what I can't think.
Yep. Well, that's enough about beef. How about we talk about some porking? Even though we haven't talked, that transition doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah. No, where are we at? We're at an hour. I just want to check in before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thinking we rock out Hogwatch real quick before.
Do you want to do Hogwatch? I personally am more interested in talking about the Tucker Carlson conspiracy mongering.
Yeah, that works.
Like
yeah.
I don't care about the cops. I don't care about the dicks.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We've already talked about dicks and cops in this show.
Yeah.
Today.
So,
but we have not talked about we talked about conspiracies. We haven't talked. We already covered all of this. We have a limited knowledge base here.
Yep.
Yeah.
More meat and conspiracy.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. The plaster dicks would be good, but like honestly, whatever.
When there's more than one story that meets the criteria of meat and conspiracy on your show, that's when you know you have a quality program.
Yeah, I really think we should talk about the conspiracy meat. Are you okay with that, Bo?
Yeah, go for it.
Great. Okay. Well, I'm not really sure what we have to say about Tweet of the Week other than good on you. I want every listener of this show to get exactly as railed as you want.
Dudes rock. This is a dudes rock situation.
Yeah, It is a dudes rock situation. And speaking of absolutely fire meat,
Yeah, that's where you're going with that.
Fire pork.
Speaking of putting out some hot meat.
Yeah, speaking of spit roasting.
There you go. We came around to it.
Pretty much ever since Chris Smalls went on Tucker Carlson to talk about the Amazon thing, Tucker has just pivoted to every single like food distribution center and like organic meat factory in the US is being bombed or firebombed or exploded.
Yeah, it turns out the dude who ran a very successful organizing campaign did not take like whatever weird bait that Carlson was trying to push.
Yes.
Good on him. Also, Chris Smalls,
great.
Cool fucking guy. So he's decided to just go full unhinged and peddle this thing of every food processing plant in the country is being systematically destroyed for reasons, population control, yada yada. Like,
yeah,
I think he's seeing that Alex Jones's days are numbered, and he's angling to fill that gap.
This is absolutely Alex Jones content.
It rules. Yeah,
there have been kind of a surprising number of plants and distribution centers that have caught on fire since that.
Yes, there's I'm just looking at like all the news articles all of the people in Tucker Carlson's comment section are adding, and it's just, Bonanza Meat Company in downtown El Paso catches fire. Lackawanna County meat processing plant catches fire. Cobb County meat processing plant catches fire. Jonesboro Hot Pockets factory catches fire. Those pockets are hot now.
I wonder if this might have anything.
Yeah, are you catching the theme here? Is like, a lot of these are Texas and Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's all of them, but there are an outsized number of
So,
ones to
yeah,
prove
go
this.
figure that red states with really bad, just general safety precautions, labor protections, etc., are having trouble with, places of work burning down. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, one of the more recent ones from a few days ago that Tucker did was a small plane crashes into the General Mills plant in Georgia, which is literally just like a little one-person like single prop plane just kind of like goes down and hits the plant. And like that's sort of, I think, the keystone for this conspiracy is now that a plane has crashed into a building.
I mean, yeah,
they can
all bets are off.
All of the other stuff, and all bets are off. This is now
you can draw your Pepe Sylvia board. Yeah.
So what we're missing is a sample period of how often these facilities caught fire in like the 6 months prior to this interview.
Yeah.
Because maybe shit is just fire all the goddamn time.
Well, also of note, I'm pretty sure the Trump presidency dialed back a lot of safety precautions for food processing and meat processing specifically. And also, at least I haven't heard anything about those getting unrolled back. So Upton Sinclair, eat your heart out.
And also, like, yeah, I mean, the classic joke I will forever make is, like, Trump literally rolled back how much atrazine you can dump in the water. That thing that turns the frogs gay.
That rules.
Yeah, literally, he's just like, hey, you dump as much as you want in there.
Trump steaks full of microplastics, but they're good for you. They if you don't eat your, daily supply of microplastics, you're not going to keep those, petrochemical companies in business much longer.
Eating a credit card's worth of microplastics every day is the new golden toilet. And we're all doing it. We're all so cool.
Here we are.
And also, there's been a pandemic and there's a severe labor shortage. And also, like, they mentioned General Mills and they mentioned a bunch of food processing plants. They mentioned Walmart plants and distribution centers. Like, these are all places with just notoriously bad labor practices.
Yep.
Like, literally just fighting OSHA oversight. And there's there's been 3 fires in Colorado near my mom's house since my mom's house burned down. Sorry, there's 2 more plus the one that burned my mom's house down.
That's great.
There's just fires. Like, it's dry right now because like in a lot of these places, like if you're in Colorado, like it doesn't rain constantly here. Like our water comes from snow melt in the mountains that all washes down. So like, it doesn't need to rain. You just wait for it. And then it shows up. And so like
boom, water. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like until it hits like, spring, summer and things start growing and there's some rain, it's just fucking dry.
Yeah.
And so like it makes sense there's fires happening. And it makes sense to me that in like remember how when the workers went on strike at Kellogg's, people were finding just like I don't know, just like giant ball bearings in their mini wheats.
Yep, just trash, like industrial garbage.
Industrial garbage, human hands. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, it's like the Wendy's chili finger thing, but like actually, like you remember that, right? That fucking old debacle.
That was a hoax, right?
I'm fairly certain that yes, that was somebody with a spare finger kicking around, which is cool and normal.
They cut off their own finger to try and make some money. That's America. That's
there. Yeah, they're ahead of the fucking curve, honestly.
So I just fully believe these factories are absolutely burning to the fucking ground.
Yeah, just on virtue of being run like shit. Yeah.
Yeah, workers go on strike and these factories just pump industrial garbage into cereal. And you're telling me that like, oh, during this time when no one will work because these distribution centers are paying like fucking peanuts and everyone's having to unionize to claw back anything after having our whole fucking leftist movements destroyed for decades. Like, they're literally trying to turn food processing plants going on fire to like some sort of like Reichstag bit for their movement. Like, I don't understand what they think the point is.
Like, my brother in Christ, you set the low safety standards.
Yeah. It's like, don't get me wrong, the CIA does do this shit. They do like hide like weapons in food aid and just like firebomb electrical stations and food distribution in random places they don't like. You could convince me they're doing that in the US. I just want any more information other than Tucker Carlson saw a plane hit a model plane hit a building.
Yeah, you know what they would probably do instead of that is just like put it all in a warehouse somewhere. Just take the food to, you know, pay truckers like you normally do to take the food to, you know, a fucking just a warehouse somewhere.
Like a 1 billion pound cheese storage facility under Missouri, for
something
instance?
like that.
I learned about that right before podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, about what?
There's a cheese cave under Springfield, Missouri, that holds over 1 billion pounds of cheese.
Really? Okay. Is it the same cave? Is it the same cave that the USPS does all their philatelic services from?
I don't know. It's one of multiple
Missouri.
cheese caves.
No, sorry. The cave I'm thinking of is in Kansas City.
There's a lot of caves. A lot of sketchy ass caves.
Full of fucking cheese because of dairy subsidies.
I love our incredibly efficient economic system.
This is where cheese goes to die. I thought it was like useful.
No.
It gets stored because the government has purchased it and processed it into cheese because that's more shelf stable than milk.
Yeah.
To try and then
they
be
put
able
it
to
on
get
the
rid
shelf.
of it.
And now it's literally holding up the city of Springfield, Missouri.
It's load-bearing cheese.
That's a load-bearing cheese.
It's load-bearing cheese, yep.
Yeah. I did not know about that. Apparently there are a bunch of mines. This is the thing they do, which is actually cool, is they like take old mines, especially the ones that have like that like underground pillar and strip thing where you dig a certain amount and then you leave a pillar of rock and then you dig sideways. And so it's like you just have this gigantic lengthening underground complex of like tunnels that have built-in supports. And
I'm
so
way
like,
into that, yeah.
Yeah, they just went in there like for the USPS. There's a big business park in Kansas City in one of these caves where they just lease out
cave space.
Like what's the word I'm looking for? Just like diversions off the main cave. It's been turned into a big office complex. Like the USPS does a lot of their stamp services there because it's just so. It's the same reason they put the cheese there. It's just so dry and the temperature is exacting, and you can even like change the temperature and it just stays that way for a while.
That rules.
Yeah, it's a great place to do stuff.
I mean, yeah, honestly, like you know, yada yada. Yeah, I will not live in the pod. I will not eat the bugs. Fucking whatever. Put me in a cave, buddy. Oh yeah. Honestly, I am so ready to go dwarf mode. I don't give a fuck.
You're like, listen, I'm not going to eat the bugs, but I don't need the sun. I don't need to see that sun.
Yeah, it's overrated.
You just give me a nice bicycle powered
like one of those mood
ventilation
lamps.
System.
That too, yeah.
Just so like it's like, oh, it really gets me to exercise because if I don't do it at least twice a day, I'll die.
I'll be in pitch darkness and also have no air. Yeah.
I had been just imagining the Doozers from Fraggle Rock building this underground cave society, but then we've also looped in the triplets of Belleville to keep our bicycles circling.
Yeah, you keep those circling. You have to go do your shift in like the cheese dyeing facility and the like stamp fulfillment facility.
It's a lot of licking stamps. It's a lot of putting yellow dye into whatever the pre-American cheese is,
And the cheddar. Just
the cheddar, of course.
Your job is literally to make the cheddar no longer white color so that Americans will eat it.
Yes. Ugh.
I don't know why we make the cheddar yellow. We just put dyes in there to make it yellow.
Yes,
You gotta have it. Yeah.
That's fucked up. Why do they? Oh God!
So it
American
looks more
food is
like
just like for
cheese.
It's like for babies.
Yeah. Because otherwise we won't eat our microplastics. You gotta eat your dyed cheese before you eat your microplastics. All right.
You can't have any meat because it burned down, and you
Not in
have
this
to
beef
eat.
house.
Oh,
All right.
we did it,
Well,
folks.
I think that's gonna do it. Before we go
Yeah.
on too many more chutter diversions. Before we get our chutters in a knot, we would like to thank the lovely people who make this podcast possible. They are
Every week,
we do this.
every week you shock me with your continued support. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you ever so much. Kim, CJ, Drew, Nicole, Pizza Pos, Comrade Kometka, Alan, Cody, Jen, Andrew, the conduit of the existential dread of fatherhood itself, Julian, Julia, Dylan, Samantha, ASM Marxist, Jack, Rubes, hey Jack,
What up?
Lizzie, the brilliant Dr. Fly, Alex, Olive Lotion Wizard, Jorge, Sample Frog, Tyler,
S-
Malwin, SFR, who we've dubbed Sample Frog because
I know.
we decided.
I know who it is now because I went into the Patreon and looked. But that's what the name has changed to. So every week SFR is getting a new one.
I mean, that's what's on the list, so that's what's on the
Yep.
list. Tyler, Malwin, Eli, Rufus, not a mole rat, Tim, Scott, the Warlock Phosphorus. And if y'all would like to join these lovely folks, hop on over to the Patreon, throw some money into that Patreon. That's how that works. Yeah.
We
And
appreciate it. Every week my mic starts sounding a little better because I'm learning how to use it because I'm starting to get better equipment thanks to you.
yeah, Charlie just buys a new mic every week. We are going into
Single
way
use
into the
mics.
red with this. It's terrible.
Yeah, I send the other ones off. They just put them in a cave and they leave them there for me.
Her dozers deal with it. Yeah. Fucking yeah, and you get bonus episodes like the one where Jack told his story about a guy who maybe wanted to strangle him, maybe wanted to fuck him. The world may never know.
But for sure was scared that Jack had a gun and knew how to use it.
Hell yeah.
And left me a pair of sunglasses to prove that the whole thing happened.
Yeah. Again, I'm pretty sure he's some sort of whimsical forest spirit who is probably just as drunk as that human guy he seemed like he was. So, yeah, there's all that stuff. Anything else, Jack? Thank you again for coming on. You wanna tell people where they can find you on the online?
Sure. You can follow my Twitter at Jack_Meta, METTA. And I tell stories there sometimes. I give you interesting facts about animal genitalia. Yeah, that's
You do
kinda
know
my
a thing or
jam.
two about
a clitoris
insect-
bone or what have you.
yeah. Yeah, you know about clit bones, you know a lot about insects fucking.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You have a doctorate in insects fucking.
I have a doctorate in glowing sperm and fucking insects.
Hell yeah.
And if you too want that doctorate, follow Jack.
That's how that works.
I'm handing them out. It's great.
Yeah. Once
The people's
once you've got a doctorate, you can just like pass an extra doctorate. Like you can just like share it with a friend.
Yeah, how do you think they make new doctors? Like they're
Yeah, you just photocopy your own doctorate and like here you go, pal.
It's why
Yeah.
there's so many PhDs and so few professor positions because of how fast
yeah.
and loose we pass it on.
yeah,
That's how
you
that
just sort of
works.
you just sort of bud like spores or something.
And glow in the dark jizz is certainly involved.
Every single time you come, you just leave like a circle of PhDs around you.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I've made so many PhDs.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.